Because I think a lot of the times in yoga, the way that we approach intention is that you just put your mind to it and then something magically happens. And if it doesn't magically happen, then you did it wrong, or you really didn't think hard enough about it. So about 5 years ago, I learned that intention alone won't get you there. And I always, now that I have been working with that, I think of it as being kind of a sacrilegious thing to say to other yoga people, because there's so much emphasis placed on setting intention in yoga, and that is, such a powerful thing to do in our practice, to dedicate the energy to something. And yes, that's true, but what I learned is that it's not totally complete. So neuroscience tells us that anything that is simply of the mind is kind of flimsy. It's not really enough to create lasting change in your life. And so an intention is the mental piece of creating a change in your world. But you also need to call upon your body and your emotions. And so that becomes a more full equation of mind plus heart plus body. And the emotional piece is bringing in the feeling of love or care that goes along with what it would feel like to have that intention become a reality in your world. So to actually let it land in your body as something that's real. And then the physical body part is the action piece, which is putting action and effort and grit behind the thing that you want to see happen. Because I think a lot of the times in yoga, the way that we approach intention is that you just put your mind to it and then something magically happens. And if it doesn't magically happen, then you did it wrong, or you really didn't think hard enough about it. And there can be shame involved in that. And it's not that you've necessarily done it wrong, but it's about, can you call upon more of yourself and be more invested and more engaged? And so as teachers, one of our roles is to not just kind of feed into this magical thinking of, hey, think your way into a different way of being, but to use the practice, which is a physical embodied practice, to help people have their intentions land as a felt experience in their body, and then encourage the inner strength and the inner resources to take action towards that, and to stick with it. That it isn't something that just happens overnight, but this is lasting change in one's life requires grit. This sense of that life isn't a sprint, it's a marathon, and it takes continual investment in that.